My name is Maya. I'm 25 years old. I was born in Sao Paulo, Brazil. My family has money. We live in a rich neighborhood. Big house, lots of rooms, and staff to clean. My father owns companies. My mother runs events. My brother studies abroad. We look perfect outside. I studied fashion design. I love colors, fabrics, but I never worked. Until I met him. Every Sunday, I walked, alone, through the city, looking for something real, not shopping malls. I liked quiet streets, old bookstores, small cafes, people playing guitar in front of bars. One day, it happened. He was playing outside, simple clothes, deep eyes, and a soft smile. He wasn't famous, he wasn't rich, but something about him felt honest and warm. I came back weakly, pretending to pass by, but I was falling, without even knowing it. I smiled at him. He smiled right back. His name was Daniel. He played every Sunday. We started to talk. Just a few minutes. Then 10, then 30. Time disappeared near him. He told me stories about his childhood home. His mother cooked feijoada and taught him music. He worked at night, washing dishes in kitchens, then played on weekends for coins and tips. He never complained once. He laughed at problems and made life feel simple, soft, and human. He never asked anything. He just listened deeply and looked at me like no one else. He showed me places, corners I'd never seen, art on walls, colors, the real Sao Paulo. We walked in the rain. We shared cheap pastries together, watched street dancers move, and held hands quietly. One night, I knew. My world had changed. I didn't choose it, but I fell in love. I told my mother. She paused, then frowned. Who is this boy? Her tone turned cold. I said his name. She didn't smile back. She just said, "That's not your future." My father asked nothing. He just said, "Maya, think with reason, not with emotion." He has no career, no family like ours. This is just fun. It will pass. They showed me options. Sons of doctors, engineers, parties with rich people, fake smiles, empty talks. I tried to explain. He treats me well. He makes me happy. But they didn't care. They searched his profile, called him a nobody, said I was blind, that love fades fast. I cried that night. Not for myself, but for realizing they never knew me. They gave me choice money or freedom, status or love. I had to decide. I packed my things. Only clothes and books. No suitcases, no driver. I left before sunrise. I met him downtown. He was already waiting. He looked confused, but held my hand. We married in silence. No guests, no photos. Just a paper signed at a small office. We rented one room, old building, cracked walls. But it had a bed and window. I sold my dresses. He sold his guitar. We bought a fridge and 2 cheap chairs. We cooked together nightly. Rice, eggs, black beans, sometimes just noodles, but always with joy. At night we talked about dreams and plans. He said softly, "We'll grow together, okay?" We had no help, no cars, no savings, but we had peace in every small moment. I chose love freely, not what they wanted, but something real and deeply mine. The shower was cold. The stove barely worked. The rent was late almost every single month. He worked all day. I found sewing jobs, fixed torn clothes for cash and groceries. Sometimes we fought quietly, about money, about stress, but never about love. That stayed untouched. Our bed was old, the mattress too thin, but we still slept holding hands every night. The neighbors were loud. Walls were too thin, but the window showed sunlight on Sunday mornings. We didn't go out. No theaters, no restaurants, just walks in parks and cheap street popcorn. He brought flowers once, wrapped in newspaper, smiling. It cost 5 rays and meant the world. We made small wins, a table from donation, a blender on sale. Slow steps, but ours. Life was not easy, but it was honest. And I never felt so deeply alive. People stopped calling me. Old friends disappeared slowly. I saw their silence louder than words. Some crossed the street, others unfollowed online. My name became a quiet family shame. He noticed my sadness, but never said much. He just stayed and held my hand. He started teaching music, private lessons for kids. He walked to houses with his old guitar. I fixed old jeans, sold handmade purses too. Clients returned with smiles and brought their neighbors. We paid rent monthly, always late, but always paid. Piece by piece, we kept surviving together. He fixed a fan. I painted our walls. We laughed like kids with every small progress. People judged from far, but they never saw how strong we became inside that little home. The world was loud, but we stayed quiet, and we stood, always side by side. We celebrated everything small. A new towel set, a working blender finally, a dinner with meat. He sang for me at night before sleep, soft, out of tune, but full of heart. We watched old movies on a tiny screen, sitting on the floor with popcorn and soda. We danced in kitchen, barefoot, holding mugs, laughing like teenagers in a schoolyard romance. He wrote me notes, left them on mirrors, little words of love in shaky handwriting. We fought sometimes too, over bills and stress, but never with hate, always with return. We planted a plant. We named it Hope. It bloomed after months of water and patience. No jewelry, no trips, but love grew daily in looks, in silence, in choosing each other. We had so little, but we had everything that truly builds love and keeps it alive. 2 years had passed. No calls, no messages. Then one day, my mother showed up. She waited outside silently, holding her purse tight. I opened the door, not knowing what to say. She looked around slowly, saw the small kitchen, our photos on walls and shoes by door. He was working then, but she noticed everything. The folded clothes, the warmth in air. We sat in silence. She asked, "Are you happy?" I said, "Yes, deeply." She didn't argue. She touched my hand. Her eyes looked softer. She said, "You changed, but in the best way." Later that night, I told Daniel everything. He smiled and said, "She saw what matters." They met weeks later. It was still awkward, but peace entered quietly, without needing approval. My family didn't cheer, but they stopped fighting. And that for me was finally enough. People still ask me, "Would you do it again?" I always answer calmly, "Yes, every single time. I didn't marry money. I married a man with honest hands and a loyal heart. I chose hard days, but I gained peace, the kind that stays even when lights fade. I gave up comfort, but I found freedom, the freedom to love without needing permission. He saw my soul, not my clothes, not my last name, just me, completely. We built something true, with time, with care, with patience and love. Not credit cards. We're not rich yet, but we're not broken. We have enough now, and a future together. I never felt small, not once with him. Even when struggling, he made me feel whole. I have no regrets. Only one deep truth: real love never asks for anything more. We still live simple. Same apartment, same routines. But everything feels richer because love lives here. We don't need much, just one another, hot coffee in morning, and peace at night. We take slow walks, hold hands in silence, smile at small things like rain on windows. He still plays guitar, sometimes just for me. Old songs, soft voice, and eyes that shine. Our life isn't perfect, but it's beautifully real, built on trust, not on appearance. Love doesn't pay bills, but love gives strength to try, to rise, to never give up. Many judged my choice, but they didn't stay. He did, every day, through everything. I didn't marry money. I married for love. And that love changed my entire world. My name is Maya. I married a poor man, but I live rich in all the ways that matter. What did you think of Maya's story? Have you ever followed your heart against everyone's advice? Would you choose love over comfort? Which moment in her story touched you the most? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If this story moved you and you enjoy emotional stories told in simple English, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next story. And remember, true love may not buy luxury, but it builds a life worth living.